Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Feel free to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell only if you are a first timer. Okay? Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. And lastly, don't fall for spam in the comments section. We're going to be talking about Meta and Ford earnings. After the earnings, I'm going to share with you my plays, what I did, and we're just going to go from there. But first, we remember this week we're celebrating Moomoo's 10th year anniversary. Make sure you click the top link below, download it, and deposit a minimum of $100 to get started, because that's where we are cashing up. All right, you're going to get 6 free stocks for that, and then if you deposit more, just read everything, you can get up to 15 free stock worth up to $30,000. All right, let's go. All right, so we know that the earnings came out, right? And I made my earlier video. I made a video before earnings came out, right? So it was a last minute judgment call. I did some small plays, and I released a video before closing bell for those of you that did see it, just to let you know what I was doing, okay? And so now we have the results, the earnings results. So I will just tell you guys that in my earlier video, I was saying that I believe that Meta was not going to do well and that they were going to fall. Now, what I'm going to do is show you the chart and after hours. Let's just go right there. So here you could see Meta after hours. Meta tanked, missed its mark. Meta makes its money on advertisement, and Google and Google or Alphabet just kind of gave us a window to see that people were pulling back. Should I say companies were pulling back in their advertisement, and this is what they do. Now, they added, I believe, a couple of million new subscribers. But if no one is doing their ads, then that's how they make their revenue. They don't make revenue with just you watching. Of course, the advertisers is how they get paid, right? And so what I did with Meta is I shorted Meta, all right? Or should I say I did a put on Meta. So I did a put on Meta, and I'll see how that went tomorrow morning. I did do 2 contracts as a put on Meta. I said 1, and I wind up doing 2 because I was kind of sure that it was going that way, right? And at the end of this, I'm going to just play the Meta earnings. As a matter of fact, let's just play the Meta earnings right now, and then we'll move on to Ford.
Estimates of $1.89 in earnings per share, but Meta revenues did beat estimates, coming in at $27.71 billion versus $27.38 billion. So to put that in context, analysts were expecting Meta to have its revenue decline by about 5.5% from the year ago quarter. Instead, the revenues declined by about 4% from the year ago quarter. So not quite as big of a decline as expected. Just going through some of the key details here. Monthly active users on Facebook increased 2% year over year. Daily active users on Facebook actually increased 3% year over year. That's slightly better than expected. Since there's a lot of attention over the price per ads, they say the number of ad impressions increased by 17%, while the average price per ad decreased by 18% year over year. In terms of some of these other key factors here, I'm going to dig in to the commentary here, but they do guide to fourth quarter total revenue to be between $30 and $32.5 billion. So analysts had been looking for fourth quarter revenue of $32.3 billion. So that range is slightly lower than the consensus of analysts, but within the range. And they say they're assuming foreign currency will be approximately a 7% headwind. So they're talking about the budgets, and they're going to hold headcount flat between where they are right now for headcount through the end of 2023. So Scott, this is really essential here. We're talking about layoffs, we're talking about hiring. They're saying we will not add any people to the overall headcount between where they are now and the end of 2023.
So now you could see that Ford sold off after hours, and Ford is a company that I do like. Like I forestated, I will be buying more of Ford in my DCAing. And I believe that Ford is going to be a moneymaker. One of my followers commented about GM, that they're doing a lot of things right, and I agree. I'm also going to buy GM and Ford. I just believe because of the multiple and where Ford is, that you'll be able to make more money off of the stock. GM may be a better run company. I just believe that you'll be able to make more money off of Ford's stock. All right. So let's listen to Ford's earnings.
Ford is out, and Phil LeBeau has it for us. Phil?
Scott, this is a beat on the top and the bottom line for the third quarter, but there's a lot of news in this Ford report. Ford reporting earnings of 30 cents a share, better than the estimate of 27 cents a share, but those estimates had been moving lower, with revenue coming in at $37.2 billion versus the expectation of $36.25 billion. Now the news from Ford in terms of what the company has decided to do, the actions it is taking. A $2.7 billion non-cash charge Ford will be taking because it is winding down its Argo AI autonomous vehicle division. That is a joint venture that it had with Volkswagen. They were plowing big money over the last couple of years into Argo AI with the hope of developing level 4 autonomous vehicle technology. Ford now says that's not going to happen anytime soon. Instead, it will wind down Argo AI. It will concentrate on autonomous vehicle technology, level 2 and level 3. What is that? That's advanced driver assistance technology. In other words, things that help in terms of lane change, hands-free driving, but it's not complete autonomous driving. Ford essentially saying that ain't happening anytime soon, so we're not going to keep plowing money into Argo AI. Couple of notes on Q3. The operating cash flow, $3.8 billion. Free cash flow, $3.6 billion. You're seeing strong pricing on the Ford trucks. That's coming through on the free cash flow. The full year guidance for adjusted EBIT is now $11.5 billion, and it's also raising its full year free cash flow about $3 billion higher to $9.5 to $10 billion. So that is what we have from Ford. Again, a beat on the top and the bottom line. But the real news here is that they're throwing in the towel when it comes to developing level 4 autonomous vehicle technology through Argo AI. Scott, back to you.
Phil, before I let you run, I mean, we heard from General Motors just the other day, which was helped by the delivery of previously unfinished vehicles, right?
Yep.
Because of the parts shortages. Ford getting any similar benefit that General Motors has by actually delivering those vehicles now?
No, because remember, they warned in September that because of parts shortages, they are not delivering between 40 and 45,000 vehicles in the third quarter that they expected to deliver. They plan to deliver those in the fourth quarter. They plan to have the parts shortages rectified and then deliver those vehicles. So we would see that benefit when they report their Q4 results.
So now, with all of this these bad earnings, right? So my mind is saying all these bad earnings, tomorrow will be a red day. It should be. All we can do is guess, right? So what I did also was I did one contract. I played the SQQQ, betting that the market will fall down, right? So I didn't just do the SQQQ. I played the option on an SQQQ. The good thing is, and I may have bought two, and so I'm thinking, hey, this is good, right? This is good. Tomorrow's going to be a red day because of all of this bad earnings. And then as we look at the pre-markets, we are up again for tomorrow. This has been a crazy week. Look at this. And so the implied open on the Dow is already at 130. And look at here, the implied open on the S&P, you can see, right? So in the pre-markets, you can go to pre-markets around 6 o'clock Eastern time. I just kind of check. It does not mean that by opening bell, it's going to be green. A lot of times it could be green as high as 150 points. And then by opening bell, something happens and it could be the reversal. And the same thing, if it's red, it could be green. But it just kind of gives you a window into where things are right now. Okay. And so So my SQQQ play may just be a big dud. Womp, womp. So that's why it is always good to set a stop loss. And in this case, I set a stop loss lower than I bought it. So I'll probably lose a little money. Now, one of the things I didn't do was get greedy and try to recreate, the 12,000 I made earlier, right? I wasn't trying to recreate that because I've learned from my earlier mistakes, okay? Here's another thing that I want you guys to look at. And remember, when I do plays like this, when I did it last week and I made the 2 videos, people say, hey, somebody said, hey, why don't you do a live trade or whatever? Why are you telling us now? Remember, the second reason why I did this was to show you guys that this is not a one-trick pony. Remember, the dollar today cooled off, right? The 10-year bond cooled off. So the bonds was cooling off and the dollar was cooling off, right? That generally causes the market to go green, right? So I shouldn't have did it based on that. But because of all of these earnings, these bad earnings, I thought maybe tomorrow would be red. So it goes to show you sometimes you have data that supports both sides and you just got to make a guess. Or what I should have did was not make that call at all, because I don't do these plays every day. I only do it when I see a certain, when I'm just about 80% that it's going to happen. And I wasn't 80% today. So I may lose this money. Okay. So here's another play. Here's something that I did get right. That was something I got wrong, but we will see by tomorrow morning. The meta play I got right. So here's another thing that I want to show you guys. This is gold royalty, ticker symbol GROY. Excuse me. Remember, I brought this to you guys some weeks ago. Now, as you could see, if you look in the right corner, it says days P&L. It went up 7% today. Now, if you look below, you will see the increments that I bought it in, right? So I didn't just buy it all at once. I just kept buying down, 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 down. And every time it dips, as you can see, I bought 50 shares, 100 shares, 500 shares, and I was just buying it. Now, I'm not telling you to buy like that, but remember, I'm thinking market down, gold up. Well, just like everything else that's backwards with this market, every time the market goes up, this ticker symbol GROY has been going up with the market, right? And so now here I am. As you could see, I'm at 20% for, as you could to the left there, open P&L. I'm at 20% gains, right? What have we learned this year? What did we learn from last year and the year before that? Take profits, take profits, take profits. Now, what I'm going to do now is sell it, because if you look at a chart of GROY, you will see that it has these 14%, 12%, 10% swings. So now I'm going to sell it, because proper profit taking is really 20 to 25%, not 200 to 2,500%. And so I'm going to sell it if it allows me to stay at 20%. And then I'm going to re-enter at some point. All right. And so that's what I wanted to show you, my good and bad plays. All right. And so hopefully this information helps you. Remember, anytime I share with you a play, it is not to say, hey, I did this too late for you. No, you can play the TQQQ and the SQQQ. But just like you just saw with me today, I may have messed up playing the SQQQ. S meaning short, T meaning tall. I'm making this up. S as in it's going down. Just think T for tall going up, S for down. And so I'm just showing you guys little ways of making money. Now, someone's going to say, Larry, hey, we're not buying right now. I'm not. I'm just playing with a little money, right? In ticker symbol GROY, I made about literally 7 different purchases. And then after a while, it becomes, a sizable amount. But as you could see, things are just moving crazy in this bear market, all right? Leave me a comment. Let me know if this is helping you guys. Remember. Check out my 2 links below, especially on this one, the Moo where we're cashing up. Don't leave a penny in there, good people. Leave as much money as you can to cash up and just be ready. There will be a run up, I believe, until Christmas. I believe that there'll be a Christmas rally, like I've been saying. But then I believe there's going to be a sell-off after that, probably as early as Q1 of next year when the hard recession hits. And then what do we want to have then? Cash. And we're going to use that cash to enter in and buy. All right? If you're on a cell phone, just click where the title of this video is and you'll see a drop down. Download those links today and fund them. Okay? We'll see you later on in the day. Live, love, laugh, and learn.